The burden of the sins of the world was lifted, and now the barrier of the stone that prevented humanity to access the grave of Jesus was moved away. And how was it moved? It was the result of an earthquake and an angel, and God did all of this just to literally shake things up and say, you think you know? Your wisdom is foolishness compared to my understanding and the way I put things into order. So the women arrive, and the body of Jesus is right there, laid in the tomb, just as it was prepared so they could go in and anoint the body. Right? Wrong! They go in, and there's no body in the tomb. Where is this Jesus? In his coming into the earth, there was no room for him in the inn. And in his leaving the earth, there was no containing him to the grave. The women were confused as to where the body could have gone. Then two angels appeared to the women and reminded them of what Jesus had taught. Sometimes we need to be reminded of key elements of the Lord's teaching. What were his words? Oh yeah, that's right. The Son of Man must be delivered into the hands of sinful men and be crucified, and then on the third day he's going to rise again. And they remembered those words of Jesus. And then what they do? They begin to spread the report. They begin to spread the word that Jesus was absolutely true to his prediction. And when Peter heard the story, he ran to the tomb to find it empty. And marveling to himself at what had transpired. My Savior, my Lord, my King, the one I followed for 3 years. He's predicted so much. He's told me so much is going to happen. I have to run to the tomb and make sure I know for sure. And he arrives. And he begins to marvel at all that has happened. You and I, at one point in our lives, and maybe even still, we've had a vacancy in our lives, but I'm here to tell you this morning that Jesus fills that vacancy. Because of our belief in Jesus Christ, we now marvel at how the foolishness of God is wiser than men, and the weakness of God is stronger than men. And with that, we understand the fact that Christ is risen. Oh yeah, Christ is risen indeed. I hope that was an encouragement to you as we reflect on the life, the death, the burial, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. But it's not just some story that we read here and say, oh yeah, that's our core belief. We need to understand that we have a life in Jesus Christ because no grave could contain him. He was resurrected. Now that is his glorified state as we've been going through the series of Romans. That's his glorified state. This life that we are given through the everlasting life of Jesus Christ. John 3:16, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him would not perish, but they would have everlasting life. That everlasting life is the life we have in a glorified state. Which means we're going to one day be as Jesus is now. Perfect. No blemish. Life eternal. He's in a glorified state. Right now, unfortunately, we're just going through our process of sanctification. And sanctification is simply this. I'm human, and I fail, and I stumble, and I trip up. But God's grace is sufficient. His love covers all that sin. And so that's what we're doing. We are in a process right now, going through the journey of sanctification, understanding that because we have belief in Jesus Christ, we will one day be just as he is with the Father for all eternity. Let's take some time to just reflect for a moment. Marvel at the things that God has done in your heart as we take a moment of silent prayer, and then I'll close this out.